the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans up against the Orlando Magic. Well, for Orlando, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And you look at AI, taking
Davis.
What's up, AI?
What's up, man? I've been looking forward to meeting you.
Oh, man, pleasure.
Yeah. Hey, you get a little bigger in the off-season, man. You looking pretty swole nowadays.
Yeah, man, I've been eating a lot.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, about 5-6 meals a day.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man.
But you got a personal chef, or you cooking for yourself?
Oh, no, I cook myself.
Oh, wow. Yeah, hey, I got a big kitchen in my new spot. You can come through and cook for me sometime.
Oh, for sure. You like pasta?
Yeah. Is that your favorite thing?
My favorite thing to cook. Pasta, Alfredo sauce, and chicken.
Alfredo sauce and chicken?
Hey,
I can get down with that. Okay.
Sure. We'll do it. Set it up.
All right, man. We'll do that. Hey, have a good game, bro.
You too, man. Good luck.
See you soon.
Live from New Orleans, 2K Sports proudly brings you NBA basketball from the home of the Pelicans. Joined in the booth with Greg and as things get ready to roll.
Well, guys, you remember that Anthony Davis had a growth spurt in high school that took him from a 6'2 guard to a 6'10 big man. Now, he remembered telling his mother, I can't fit in my bed, I can't fit in my shoes, I can't fit in these jeans you brought me. And her saying, I just bought those 3 weeks ago. Kevin?
It's all paid off in the long run, though. Thanks, DA. And we see it so often, Brent. A good team gets up for a big game, and they win. And then they fall down with their performance and lose to an inferior club the very next game.
Well, interesting point, because last year we saw this so much with the eventual champion Golden State Warriors, where they just seemed to be disillusioned with some of the competition on a given night, playing down to their competition. So if I was a coach in this league, I would use them as an example that even the best team in the business struggles with this, and you have to find a way out of it. We're not the Warriors. We want to be the Warriors. So we got to break out of this funk a lot quicker, and this cannot be part of our identity as we move forward.
Tip-off goes to Orlando. Now the starting group for Orlando. Inside, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fultz is out there with Terrence Ross, and it's Brown in at the small forward. And yes, it's good.
And I doubt more than a handful of experts would have put AI on their Rookie of the Year radar at the start of the season, but you simply can't deny the change he's made for his team.
AI wasn't getting much consideration at all when the season began, but he has forced his way, Greg, into the conversation with his play. He seems to get stronger each game. Here's Randall. That one doesn't go. Gordon with the defensive effort. To the middle. It's tipped. It's stolen by Davis. Floats one. Was shot by Payton. No good. Ross with it. He averages about 5 points a game. And the shot goes in.
That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner.
Holiday gets the bucket.
That's a confident-looking shot there from Drew Holiday, playing the in-between game.
Now Fultz. Randall grabs the board. The Pelicans have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Johnson surveying the floor. Payton outside. Just 5 on the clock. Goes up on the wing, and there it is for him. Payton's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10 on difficulty, that's an 11.
Magic have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game.
Well, many people had some high expectations for Elfrid Payton when he was drafted 10th in 2014. His offensive game has come along nicely. He sees the floor. He scores on the inside. I don't think he'll ever be a perimeter threat. And defensively, he could be a little bit more active.
And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true. And here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
Gordon dishes to Brown. There's the pass to Vucevic. And it's good for 2. Vucevic has got his first bucket in this one. And Brent, as you mentioned, as good as Payton has made himself with the ball in his hands, his defense is holding him back.
Yeah, and some of those areas of weakness are easily addressed. You just can't get yourself out of position by overthinking possessions or gambling too much. It's just not a good way to go. So as much as you're the lead guard with the ball, sometimes defensively as a lead guard you can set the tone for a defensive possession. Payton needs to learn that. Defense has to feel fortunate. Somehow he missed that opportunity, and still there's no reason for them to give up that kind of open shot.
The Pelicans have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Holiday looking over the floor. Pulls it from the elbow. Rebounded by Vucevic. Orlando's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Brown drives in. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. This is his first free throw of the game.
He's hit his free throws at a pretty good clip this year, 77%.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Okafor is checked in for Anthony Davis. Sheck Diallo comes in for Julius Randle. Miller's checked in for Johnson. And Eric Gordon subbed in for Payton. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Marjanovic checked in for Vucevic. Bamba comes in for Gordon. Evan Fournier's checked in for Terrence Ross. And it's Jerami Grant in for Fultz. Grant kicks to Fournier. To the middle. Here's Brown. Score the basket, his third after 5 shots.
No, right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
Miller outside, and the kid picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Ian Clark's checked in for the Pelicans.
Checking in for the Pelicans, Ian Clark.
Here's Miller. Over Brown. Miller, no luck.
Perfect defense. Contesting without fouling. Exactly what you want to do, especially deep into the paint.
And it's Brown missing. The Pelicans trail. And it's Gordon penetrating. Miller right side. Pass to Clark. On the wing, Gordon. Passes it to Okafor. Rebound by the Magic, and going against New Orleans, their first meeting of the year.
Interconference showdown. You love to see clubs that don't play each other often go head-to-head.
Well, they'll meet twice this season. Tonight, the first matchup, so hard to know exactly what to expect.
Gordon for 3. Doesn't go for him. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We caught up with AI to talk about his chances of being named Rookie of the Year.
I honestly feel like the race is still wide open right now. All the other rookies have had great seasons, but we've all had a bit of struggles at the same time. So really, I think that whoever shows up in the next few weeks is going to be deemed the front runner, but you know, it's still a race that's going to come down to the wire.
And you know, GAI is absolutely right when he says this will be a close race.
You know, it's just
Team swap here for New Orleans. On the court for Orlando. Inside, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Terrence Ross is out there with Fultz, and it's Brown in at the small forward. Holiday finds Johnson. Davis against Vucevic. Holiday up top. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
Well, Greg, Anthony Davis with so much talent, it's easy to take Drew Holiday for granted.
I mean, I think Holiday is the catalyst in terms of this team's ability to create and really put pressure on an offense. It has improved his scoring and become a very efficient option at that guard spot. Has always been selective with his shots, but now is pressing a bit more to get involved, and more aggression from him, I think, has helped his production.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, the kid in his last game against the Hawks was all business. He finished with 36 points, and in addition to his scoring, he grabbed a couple of rebounds. His dominating performance gave the team exactly what it needed to end the losing streak. And I'm sure he'll be looking to lead him again tonight, Kevin.
Great, David. Appreciate it. Well, he set the bar pretty high for himself with that performance.
He did. I mean, but we know he's going to try to raise that bar again tonight. No matter how good he is, he's always thinking he can do better.
And the great players are never satisfied. We'll see what he does in the next one.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Magic have made 3 of their first 5 foul shots tonight.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%. And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Payton kicks for Randall. Floats it up for Randall. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
That shot was all about Holiday and his ability to see the floor and the open man.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Vucevic, and for the ball out of bounds, Davis touched it last. And finished off by Brown.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Ross against Holiday. Kicks to Davis. Fades and shoots. A shot, no good. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. Trailing to start the quarter, they battled hard and pulled off a tremendous comeback. Now enjoying the lead. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Alfred, how big is defense going to be in the second half to help you get this win?
It's going to be big. That's what it's going to come down to. Defense wins games.
It certainly does, Alfred. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. A fantastic game from the kid in this one.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, he has been dominant as we expected coming into this one. Skilled and relentless.
Payton and Holiday are together in the backcourt. Down low, it's Randall and Davis. And it's Johnson in at the 3 slot. That's Alvin Gentry's 5 as we get into the second half. We see more and more teams looking to push the tempo. Is that just a fad, or is this going to be a long-term thing?
If I can play against any defense that has no ability to set up where they want to be or have the matchups with the players they want to have, Kevin, I'm going to look to take advantage. And if that happens in the first 5-6 seconds with one pass, so be it.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Pass to Vucevic. Wants to get it to Brown and does. Johnson with the block. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and, of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you. New Orleans leading by 9. Payton outside. Lets it go from 14. Offensive rebound. And Davis throws it down.
Phenomenal strength there by AD to take the hit and finish that one.
He is 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
And high-quality numbers for him all season long. How about 81 from the line?
Okafor is checked in for New Orleans. Miller comes in for Stanley Johnson. The Magic also changing it up. Marjanovic checked in for Vucevic. Bamba comes in for Aaron Gordon. And it's Jaren Grant in for Ross. And Anthony Davis, a great defender by most measurements. But, you know, Brent, some feel his defensive development has plateaued the last few years.
He still gets a lot of blocks, over 2 a game for his entire career thus far. And he doesn't have the same impact that he once did. But, you know, guys are shooting a lot more three-point shots, Kevin. So if you can find a way for AD to get from the lane out to a Steph Curry 28-footer, Alvin Gentry's listening.
Here's Brown. And that one goes long.
They got to hope to turn it on soon. 1 of 4 so far, and they know they got to be better.
Miller kicks to Payton. Okafor trying to get open. And here's the break. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for New Orleans.
Liking the effectiveness they've shown here from three-point land. And I say, hey, shoot it more. They've been successful with a high field goal percentage, and we'll see if that continues to be a part of their arsenal.
Some changes for New Orleans. Diallo comes in for Davis, and Gordon subbed in for Payton. And a switcher also for Orlando. Isaac's checked in, and the shot is good.
Take a look at Isaac there, just patrolling the passing lanes, outstanding at knowing when to anticipate that pass.
Gordon with no one around, connects from three-point range. Gordon's got 11 points.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
Shoots from the block. Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Brown.
Well, he's been carrying them all night on offense, but at some point, he's going to need some help.
From 12 feet out. The shot by Holiday, no good. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Magic. Following this one, they get the host.
Oh, wow.
Hello. It's a beautiful jam.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. The Magic have gone 6 of 9 at the line. Evan Fournier's checked in for Jaren Grant. Pelicans leading by 7. Outside Holiday. He kicks to Gordon. The pass to Okafor. Clock at 6. Gordon against Fournier. And the basket by Gordon. He's got 13.
Yeah, he's been on his A game, seeking good shots. And he's a huge reason why tonight they're winning.
And yes, it's good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
1:12 left in the third quarter. Releases. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Brown's got his 4th rebound in this one. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Chalk up 2 there. Now just a 5-point New Orleans lead.
And whatever intensity was lacking there in the first half, you're seeing it on display here now.
You asked for those hustle plays earlier in the game. We're seeing them now.
Unloads from 13. That one goes in. Holiday's got 9.
When Holiday's hitting shots like that, they're in great shape. He is as consistent as they come from that area on the floor.
Credit the defense, wisely avoiding fouling the shooter. You don't want to give up a personal there. And he made him attempt a difficult layup.
The shot's good. And it's a 9-point Pelican lead.
Always tough to work the closer you get to the basket. Nice job of finding an angle on the pass there.
Brown the pass to Marjanovic. It's Fournier on the wing, guarded by Holiday. To the paint. Brown, good. Brown's got 26.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
For 3, Gordon. That one misses. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. New Orleans on top, up by 7. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
He's checked in for the Magic. New Orleans leading by 13, and so in the game for the Magic, inside we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fultz is out there with Terrence Ross, and it's Brown in at the 3. Gordon finds Davis. Shot clock at 6. Payton passes to Davis. The shot that time not on target, and Orlando will come the other way. Fultz dishes to Brown. The Magic again can't hit. For New Orleans, they've gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the 4th quarter. Pass to Davis. Randall left side. That's in there. Davis with the assist. And the Pelicans lead by 15.
Well, you know, Davis, and he knows, is going to draw the attention of multiple defenders, and that time connects with a teammate to get it done.
Something the NBA has tested out in the G League, Brent. Coaches' challenges. What do you think?
I think the idea of making sure that the handkerchief matches the tie is a great idea.
Only you would say that. Only you would say that.
I'm just worried with some of the casual styles in the NBA that it's not going to be accessible. But
I think you're right.
I think it's going to happen, and I think it's going to be interesting for the league, but it's going to happen.
Anything to make these coaches do more, make more decisions.
Make more decisions and make decisions that you know can impact whether or not your team wins the basketball game or loses it. Because after a referee makes a determination that you think might be the other way, or they don't look at a replay where you're sure and certain that you could get possession, I'm reaching for the hanky.
Out to Payton from the arc. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Brown, and it's good, 2 points. Brown's got 32 points.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
Outside Holiday. New Orleans getting another chance here. The Magic trail by 11. Ross with a wide open look. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Pelicans.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Davis.
It felt like there was more than one of him out there tonight. He was involved on every possession, and he made his presence felt in so many ways.
Here's Brown. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. And it's 37 points for the kid.
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
At the line for your Pelicans.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
At the line for 2.
So we see the Pelicans get the win here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that'll do it, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. See you next time.
I think Clay got a faster release, though.
Oh, is that?
Yeah. I don't know.
Debatable.
How's it going? All right, AI, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do. Just like that. Poetry in motion, AI. Practice how you play, guys. Come on. Hey, see you later, man. All right, AI, let's get everyone over here and get started. Here's what we're gonna do. Let's go. All right, AI, let's get to work. Here's what we're going to do. Poetry in motion, AI. Flow going, guys. Let's go.
Next time, man. Next time.
Hey, all right, AI. I see you want to work on finishing at the hoop. Let's get started. One way to do it. Not the best way. Hey, what you working on?
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, everybody, happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day.
You gonna give him a hug?
Happy Valentine's Day.
He wants a hug.
Happy Valentine's
Day. Oh, man. Good to see you, brother. Oh, good to see you.
Happy Valentine's Day.
You're in a room, you two.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Don't touch me.
I'll mess up your makeup. That's Shaq. That's Kenny. I'm Ernie. Tonight, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets playing against the Orlando Magic at Amway Center. Well, for Orlando, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And thank you for joining us for this Valentine's Day presentation of the NBA. It's a matchup you're going to love right here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. We're at the Amway Center, Orlando, and the fans are cheering for their Magic. Look at the Hornets. This game's going to be a challenge for them. Facing one of the top-tier teams in the league, they'll have to be at their best to steal a win here.
And checking out Charlotte, they haven't made any of the strides they were hoping to see prior to the season. Again, hanging around at the bottom of the standings.
Yeah, it's full makeover time now, guys. I'm sure they've learned their lesson that this roster is not one that can sustain any kind of success in today's NBA.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. We've got Hernangomez. Kemba Walker is out there with Jeremy Lamb. Then there's Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, and it's Bridges in at the 3. We are far enough into the season now to determine the true contenders, Clark, or do you feel that isn't revealed until closer to playoff time?
No, I think you start to narrow that list down right now, Kevin. I mean, you begin to see which teams are capable of making runs in the playoffs. And obviously, anything can happen between now and the playoffs, but the teams that are going to be there battling, you get a pretty good read on who those teams are right now.
So the Orlando Magic able to put the first points up on the board. There's Walker with the 3. Hits it from three-point range. Walker's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside Fournier. Pass to Brown. From down in the low post, it goes.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness and the fearlessness there, Greg. I mean, very committed to getting the shot he wanted.
And Brown throws it down hard.
Really like the quick decision-making of Fultz there, Kevin. Excellent at surveying the floor for the open teammate.
Outside, Walker. Pass to Bridges. Hernangomez with the ball. Vucevic on him. Hernangomez kicks to Bridges. Just 4 to shoot. From deep, Walker. Rebound by the Magic. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
A really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
It sure did, and they got a lot of scoring from their bench, Greg, and I think that really was the crucial difference.
Now Lamb, after the missed 3 from Brown. Now Walker, he had a 30-point outing their last game against Indiana.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
You know, one of the things you see when you watch Kemba Walker and you think about is the evolution of his game. He, came into the league as a guy with great athleticism, tremendous competitive spirit, but in today's game, your guards have to be able to stretch the floor.
Zeller, he's checked in for Charlotte. And with Walker, Clark, even he knew he had to improve from distance, and he put in the work.
Yeah, the hard work is admirable, but it's not a guarantee, Kevin. It just gives you a chance to perhaps get better. There are a number of guys, Rajon Rondo, Tony Allen, for example, that tried to improve their shooting range, but just never became consistent shooters from outside. Walker has, though, and it's put him into that upper echelon category of guards.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Bamba is checked in for Aaron Gordon. And Terrence Ross is subbed in for Evan Fournier. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Parker's checked in. Now here's Walker. 6 points for him. Kidd-Gilchrist, the pass to Bridges. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Bridges has got his first points of the night.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
And stolen by Zeller. Here's Parker. Kicks it to Bridges. This one for 3. And Bamba pulls it down. 1:37 left here in the opening quarter. Pass to Brown. Shoots over Bridges. The Magic again can't hit.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Ross with the steal. Brown outside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to go on Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. The Magic shooting their second and third free throws tonight. And even though he's still a young guy, Coach Borrego's seen how to do things the right way, Clark, under Coach Greg Popovich.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just another branch coming off the Popovich coaching tree. And, his tenure, Borrego's tenure in Charlotte, I think will be interesting to watch, but he certainly has been well prepared for it.
And here comes Brown, leading the fast break, and he comes up with the deuce. Brown's got 12.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Grant against Walker. Kaminsky in the corner. From outside, off the mark.
I'm shocked that he didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
That one drops for him.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Biyombo is checked in for Cody Zeller. Grant surveying the D. Here's Brown. That one wide left.
I thought he had the space to shoot comfortably there, and disappointed that he missed it.
And Walker kicks to Williams. 15 seconds left in the first quarter. They get a hand on it. Pocket 6. From downtown, it's good from long range. Williams has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And over time, Williams has really tightened up his three-point shot. He's a legitimate threat from this area now.
And that does it for the first quarter. Orlando out in front, up 5. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center.
Who's got next? We're kicking off the All-Star festivities with a showcase of the best of the league's up-and-coming talent. It's the Rising Stars Challenge.
And we resume our Valentine's Day broadcast. Glad to have you with us. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Orlando.
I'll tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the Hornets, Kemba Walker is out there with Tony Parker. Then it's Kaminsky, and there's Bismack Biyombo, and it's Williams at the small forward. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, the kid in his last game against the Pelicans lit up the floor. He had 37 points, and he was locked in with a strong shooting night from both the floor and the free throw line. He put up numbers that really jumped out in the box score. A very solid performance. Kevin will see what he's got in his arsenal tonight.
Thanks, David. It was a performance that not many players are capable of.
I know I won't forget it for a while, and you have to think he'll keep it rolling here tonight. When you're that hot, it takes a while to cool down.
And you know what, Greg? I think defensively they're going to be ready for him. They won't make things easy. Coming off a game like he just had, I mean, he's going to get a bunch of attention.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first.
And, you know, one of the areas where the Orlando Magic struggled was with consistency, but not only on the floor, but across the franchise. A lot of coaching turnover the past decade.
Orlando making some... And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And the Magic have gone through a lot of coaches, as you said.
Yeah, lack of continuity at that position can really derail any momentum you're attempting to build. And the same can be said about their players. A lot of trades and turnovers with the roster. That's not a recipe for consistent success.
And here is Kid Gilchrist after the three-pointer from Brown.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Some solid defense from Kid Gilchrist.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Now here's Walker, guarded by Fultz. Williams from outside. Shot clock reset for Charlotte. And here's Walker outside. Hits the three-point bomb. Walker's got 9 points.
Walker ready to shoot as soon as he catches the ball there. Great anticipation from the veteran guard.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And it's Brown missing.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
From deep three-point range, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Orlando Magic feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. Aaron, you all have played at a high level so far. What has worked for you?
We're just sticking to the game plan. Our coaches really drew up something good for us. They wrote it out, and we're sticking to it, and we're executing very well.
Yeah, that's obvious the way you all have played. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. A fantastic game from the Kid in this one.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
And, Greg, I like how they've set the pace. There's a lot of time left in this one, so there's no rush. You don't have to go 70 miles an hour. Keep it at about 45.
Inside, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier out there with Markelle Fultz. And it's Brown in at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for Orlando. Shots good by Walker. Clark, you had a tremendous college career, excluding yourself. Give me the best NBA player from your alma mater.
Wow. I would probably lean towards Jerry Lucas as the best player coming out of Ohio State. And then you look at his pro career, was pretty solid as well. I thought Herb Williams had a fantastic and long pro career. John Havlicek maybe would rise to the level of the best NBA player of the group that came out of Ohio State. Jim Jackson is another name. Evan Turner still playing. But I think John Havlicek probably in longevity, championships, Hall of Fame stature. I think he may be the best NBA Buckeye.
I'm going to put Clark Kellogg in there too.
Oh, I didn't play long enough.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, the Orlando Magic has struggled to find difference-making players in the draft or in free agency. Their goal is to get younger but get better at the same time. And it's difficult to do, even in the Eastern Conference, but Orlando is determined to get this right. Kevin?
And the journey continues for them and a lot of teams. D.A., thank you. Charlotte calls timeout.
Well, you just have to love the skill Vucevic shows on the offensive end. I mean, he can erupt for big scoring nights if you don't keep him in check, and it gives you a little bit of everything from an offensive standpoint.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Marjanovic checked in for Vucevic. Ross comes in for Evan Fournier. And it's Grant in for Markelle Fultz. And finished off by Brown.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
Hornets trail by 18. Guys, Vucevic doing more shooting from range the last couple of years, further improving his versatile offensive game.
Yeah, and when he was younger, he got his points by going to work on the block. Still can do that, but now prefers to float outside and stretch the defense. Very soft touch on that jump shot, no matter if it comes from inside or out.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the Charlotte Hornets. The pass to Bridges. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. He kicks it to Kaminsky. Shot clock at 6. Bridges passes to Kaminsky. Shoots over Brown. Charlotte again missing.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Now here's Walker after the miss from Brown. Good work there as it goes. And it's 13 points for Walker.
Walker has such a quick release, gets that thing up so fast, especially when the defense feels like it's on top of it.
Grant outside. Back to Ross. Over in the corner, Brown. That misses off the backboard.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Bridges misses. Orlando leading by 18. Brown kicks to Ross. Back to Brown. And stolen by Biyombo. Parker against Ross. And a wide open look for Walker. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Walker's got 7 now in this quarter. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
And what a career it's been for Tony Parker. 4 titles to his name, a Finals MVP, 6-time All-Star. I mean, the accolades go on and on for what is truly one of the most impressive resumes you'll see in the NBA.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Mozgov, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Bamba comes in for Aaron Gordon, and Isaac subbed in for Grant. Cody Zeller's checked in for Charlotte. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And that's now 29 points for the kid. Out left to the wing. Zeller dishes to Parker. And Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got 5 rebounds tonight. That one goes. Count it. 31 points for the kid.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, excellent extension on the block. Superb timing as well to swat that one away.
Outside, Walker. From 11 feet away, off on that one. And so it's the Orlando Magic with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Hornets trail by 21, setting the floor for the Hornets. We've got Cody Zeller. Kemba Walker is out there with Jeremy Lamb. Then there's Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the center, locking down the middle. Now here's Zeller. It's Kidd-Gilchrist on the wing. Shoots over Brown. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Kidd-Gilchrist has got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Hornets. Here's Brown. And again, it's Orlando converting.
Whoa, he really got his defender on his heels on that one. What a fantastic play, guys.
And Walker kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. We know Clark fans want to see star players. That's been a hot topic around the league. The league has added rules, in fact, that now prohibit resting guys on certain nights.
Yeah, I think that's important, that players have a real understanding of their responsibility. I understand trying to balance the rest versus the wear and tear over the course of. That's another reason I propose a shorter season. I don't think you'd end up with this kind of controversy or debate But I thought the league was right in requiring, I mean, your responsibility is to play all the games you're available to play in, unless you're injured. And I think it's important that guys take that responsibility seriously. And it's a responsibility they have to themselves, to the team, the organization, and the fans.
Now here's Walker. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. It's hauled in by the Magic. Bamba's got 6 rebounds in the game.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
Charlotte calls timeout.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
Gordon's checked in for Bamba. On the wing, Lamb. He's guarded by Fournier. Poked away, and that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Bridges, he's checked in for Charlotte. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Walker against Gordon. Just 5 on the clock. Shot's good by Walker. Walker's got 11 points here in just the second half.
And, you know, Walker is really good at muscling his way through the defense. Tough to stop on the way up.
That one goes. Count it. 8 points for Vucevic.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, no let up. Killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity.
Here's Hernangomez. Back to Walker. For 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Vucevic has got 5 rebounds tonight. It's Brown with the drive, and the shot goes down. Brown's got 41.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
For Charlotte, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Now here's Lamb. He's guarded closely. Count that bucket.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Orlando.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so checking out their record tonight, that'll mark win number 32 overall.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
Greg, they've got one more game left against them, and there's no doubt they'll use this as a jumping-off point to take another game off them later in the year. At least that's the plan.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for the kid.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Mozgov, he's checked in for Vucevic. Isaac comes in for Aaron Gordon. Ross, he's checked in for Evan Fournier. And it's Jaren Grant in for Fultz. Here's Bacon. And the basket is good.
This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
Well, hopefully they can ride this momentum into the next game because this one is done. Over. Fine.
Brown, good.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Well, they've got to be pleased with the effort they've seen so far tonight. Everybody pitching in for what looks to be a solid double.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Lamb kicks to Graham. No good that time. Here's Brown. That's tipped, and he recovers it. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.
Does anyone else think that there was some goaltending happening in the second half that they didn't call? Because, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it's debatable.
AI, you're in high demand, my
What's
friend.
up, Charlie?
Shaq and Kenny want to chat?
All right, y'all.
Good luck.
Let's do it.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And we welcome you back. I'm Ernie Johnson. We got Shaq here. We got Kenny here. With this one in the books, we've got a special post-game guest joining us.
Hey, this is Shaq. Hurrah! You've been beasting these last few games, and it's fun to watch. Anything you feel you've done differently to make this impact?
Oh, man, you know, Shaq, sometimes adrenaline takes over, and I just decide it's time to go out there and put on a show. You know, I'm a man of the people, and the people won't win, so that's what I'm going to give them.
You're not a man, you're an animal. Hurrah!
And that's going to do it for tonight. For Kenny, for Shaq, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he is. This is Ernie Johnson saying good night. We'll see you again soon.
Here you go.